think I still have a lot more to offer. I'm hoping that I haven't taken my rice too far and I haven't burned the bottom of my paella.
It's on the lowest it can go. I've now got the flame really small.
Good on you, Leah.
I can hear the crackle on my paella, so I think it's coming along.
I checked the crust, I can smell it and I can hear it that it's forming, so I'm happy at this stage.
What's burning? Someone smells burnt.
All of a sudden, there is a whiff of burnt rice. I'm thinking it's my rice. I put the flame down, I went down to smell the dish, I couldn't smell the burn.
It's not mine. I don't think it is.
But there was burning coming from somewhere.
Check your crust, Leah.
I can kind of smell something's burning, but none of us can work out whose dish it is.
And I had a look to the other dishes behind me, but mine was the darkest one. That has to be my dish.
It's all about keeping your eye on that flame, on that paella. The last thing you want to do is burn it, yes? Come on, let's go.
There is a whiff of burnt rice. I'm thinking that has to be my dish.
Watch the crust.
A little bit.
I'm testing the paella.
Good.
There's a lot of flavor coming through. I'm really happy with the flavors. It's just still I'm not sure if it's cooked correctly, if it's burnt, what is it?
Happy, Noosh?
I think so.
Go, Kyle.
Has your soccer developed?
Yeah, I feel like it has, and it's starting to smell it now as well.
Yep.
I'm noticing that some of the edges look a bit blonder than others, so I'm having to move the pan around and kind of move that heat so that it's actually cooking evenly. There's so much pressure right now.
Come on, guys, keep fighting.
A little panic, but also a little patience. 5 minutes to go. Come on.
5 minutes left to go, and I'm just trying to nail this flavour.
What are you taking, lunch?
Compare it. I grab a big bowl full of Leno's paella because I want to have a little bit of every element to compare against mine. It doesn't have the depth of flavour that his does, and his has such a gorgeous golden colour. Mine doesn't quite match that. There's almost this smokiness to the rice that I didn't detect at the beginning. And then it hits me. I put maybe a pinch of paprika in. It needs half a cup of paprika. Now that I've added the paprika, I taste it again. Finally, it's starting to resemble Leno's.
That's it. You've only got 3 minutes to go. Come on.
Come on.
The final few minutes, I've done my best, but I'm still worried about the crust. And it's all in this dish, whether I'm gonna stay or go.
With only a few minutes to go, it's really important not to touch that rice. You don't want to upset that seafood or disturb the sugar up on the bottom of the pan.
Yep, it's good.
All that can be done now is to control the heat to perfectly caramelise that crust.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time's up. The guys have done such an amazing job. The dishes all look great, but there's this faint burning smell that I'm picking up. I don't know whose it is.
But that looks amazing. That looks absolutely amazing.
It seemed like a deceptively simple pressure test, but I'm sure when they looked at the paella, they thought, I can do that, but trouble in disguise, I think.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and I think there's a fair amount of complexity there, especially if you've never made a paella before, and there are lots of little traps for the unwary. So what do you reckon, Leno? What did you see that made you happy? What are you concerned about?
Well, look, the thing I was probably most concerned about was right from the beginning. I could see that there wasn't enough oil used in the pans, which makes me wonder whether they would have not formed that sucrate that you want at the bottom of the pan, and they run the chance of burning the rice.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's only one way to find out. Let's get the first paella in.
Let's have a look.
I'm happy what I've done today, but I definitely have nerves because I still want to stay in a competition. I think I still have a lot more to offer. I'm hoping that I haven't taken my rice too far and I haven't burned the bottom of my paella.
How'd you go?
I enjoyed the cook. I really did. When I saw the paella, I'm like, what I'm gonna do? But I really enjoyed the cook.
So what are you most worried about?
I'm worried about if the crust is properly done. I think I've seen crust in there.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping I haven't taken it too far.
Anushka, we're going to taste now.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Right.
What do we think, guys? Appearance?
Yeah, it looks really good. She
Golden.
managed to get a bit of colour in there, yeah, and the seafood's nicely cooked.
Right, let's serve up.
What do you think?
Look, I think the rice is beautifully cooked on this one. It's still got a little bit of bite to it, and it's not overcooked, which is really important. But no, the flavours are good.
Where it is golden, you've got a lovely flavoured great crust, and combine that with that waft of saffron and those little slippery rags of red pepper, we're starting to get some of those telltale paella flavours.
Yeah, what I love about it is those kind of lovely dusky flavours of saffron, smoky flavours of the paprika, and a nice balance of what I think paella should taste like. And the separation of the grains is excellent.
Yeah, and for me, the seafood's cooked really well. There's some nice cooking of the prawns and the pippies and the mussels.
Yeah.
Let's get the next dish in.
Matching Leno's dish today without having the recipe was a lot more difficult than I actually thought. So I'm feeling really proud that I put up a dish that somewhat resembles Leno's, and I think that there's a crusty bottom under there as well, so that's a win too.
Oof. It's a weighty paella, wasn't it?
Gee, if you'd dreamt of the perfect pressure test for you with your love of seafood, this must have been it.
I mean, I love using seafood, but I knew that I really had to have my head in the game as much as possible, and really for me, I just thought about process. I thought about the things that I had to do and then how I had to get them there.
What are you worried about?
I was having trouble boiling off all of that extra liquid that I added in the middle there. So hopefully that crusty bottom is there.
I'd be crossing my fingers if I were you.
Yeah,
Like,
got everything crossed.
Everything that crosses, cross and get out of here, and we'll taste.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Wow, I mean, there is so much rice
There's a
in there,
lot
isn't
of
it?
rice in that pan, yeah. So, normally we would just keep it to about half the pan height, so you've got you could build up a great flavour in there, and obviously it'll help you do that sucrate at the bottom, which I don't know if you're going to be able to do with so much rice.
All right, let's have a look. Come on, moment of truth.
All right.
Upsides, he's peeled his large prawns. Seafood isn't overcooked, that's great. But the rice is overcooked. And there's way too much.
And there's way too much. I think the ratios are wrong there. It was never going to be an easy challenge. This is one of the hardest dishes I had to learn as well. I made many mistakes at the beginning.
Yeah.
You just can't overdo the rice, otherwise you've really got a rice dish with some seafood in it.
Yeah.
And it really isn't that. It's got to have a nice blend of both.
Interesting times.